What's up, Shine Prime 123? Thanks for stopping by. Oh yeah. Oh, Shine Prime, you're over on YouTube too. Going pretty good. Man, I love this game. It's got its moments. There are some frustrating parts about this game. I'm not gonna lie. I think the only thing that makes it not too bad is some of the boss battles where they ask you, where you nearly have to do things like super perfect. They at least scale the difficulty level to make it possible. Like, I don't think I could do all the bros moves perfect. So there's no way I would have been able to do the other boss battle without that. But I love the animation that they've been doing. That's been super cool. This game has to be one of my favorite Mario Luigi games. However, there is some issues, I agree. Yeah, I mean, nothing too egregious. I just think some of it's a bit much, right? I also feel there's a little bit more fluff than there should be on certain things. But, you know, it is what it is. Yeah, fluff is a common thing with this open world games like this. Well, and the funny thing is, it's okay if it's open world, but I don't know. Some of it, like, example. Let me talk for a second on this. So, the problem I have with this game is, I personally think, okay, so they came up with these connector bad guys, right? I wish they would have done more with them to make them more special. They didn't do much with them, and I felt it was a wasted opportunity. And they got these generic monsters they brought along, which I didn't think was much, except for the one which was in the island where the big brawny guy. That was okay. It felt unique enough, but the other ones just seemed very lame. And the stuff they did with Bowser was amazing. I loved both battles. I think they were both unique. Very well done. I love the animation where Bowser would get upset and go, "Ugh!" like this. Hilarious. Loved it every single time. Loved the part where he's in the ship and you're having to like do like a Gradius or doing a shooter type game. It was amazing. And it's like, and they have different little things like that in the different bros moves they have. But I wish also, could you use those bros moves in the actual battles? Like, real. And some of them seem really hard bros move, and I don't know why they have it that hard, but, you know, I'm not asking for perfection on that. I could see the younger demographic, which is this cater to, would get really frustrated in some places. And in some cases, there was parts where I had no idea what I was supposed to be doing, and it was a little confusing, and I had to look things up. That's not very good. You shouldn't have to look anything up to figure things out. Like, that whole conductor thing, it wasn't obvious that you had to get all the moves ready and good. The monsters are monsters from previous Luigi games, or at least most of them are. Then you have the Sealies. Well, I'll be honest. Up front, I've never played a Mario and Luigi game prior to this because I didn't own a 3DS. So, if it's a callback, okay, cool. I will give them deference on that. But from a person who's never played one of these games before and might have picked this up, I just kind of felt like, if you wanted to have those enemies in there, fine. But what about fighting all these other the bad boss gang, right? You only fought, I think, the one guy, and that was about it, which I think was 10, and that's it. You don't really fight the other guys ever, which is kind of like, why? Or what about fighting all three at once? You know, I don't know. I felt like they could have done a lot more with it. And I'm actually concerned the fact that whether or not I'm actually going to fight Zokik or not, or if I'm just fighting, I'm guessing the egg is my guess, but we'll see. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I'd say the beginning and the end are the most amazing. Middle is where they drag it along. Yeah. And that's not wrong. I mean, at least they start strong. I hate games where that's not the case. What's your favorite Mario game in your opinion? Ooh, that's a good question. Because there's a lot of them. Uh, so, favorite Mario game? Uh, I'm gonna say I think my favorite Mario game has to be Super Mario Brothers 3. And let me give you the reason why. Super Mario Brothers 3 set the tone for a long while when it came to their games, power-ups, suits, an open world in general compared to previous Mario games. On top of the fact, it was the first game where Nintendo actually marketed it. I mean, they made the whole movie The Wizard with Fred Savage. You didn't know about the game until that movie, which was nuts and was crazy. And no one knew about it, right? The nostalgia, all the different Power Glove and all that crazy stuff. If, let's say, you weren't born during that time, it wouldn't have the same impact as, let's say, someone from a newer generation. Newer generation, probably my second favorite would probably be Mario 64. Why? It was the first truly 3D Mario game, or just 3D game, period. Real 3D, not fake 3D. If you were around during that time, it really set the bar and standard, set all 3D gaming in general, which is crazy if you think about it. Let alone, the N64 had the analog stick and showed that off. Again, the first. PlayStation 1 did not have analog anything. It was all digital. So, again, crazy. And then I would say, again, my third favorite would have to end up being Mario Odyssey. Again, if you weren't born during those times, then it doesn't have the same impact. Mario Odyssey is great. Why? Because of your ability to capture the different characters and whatnot, and the possibilities that opens up. I love the extra like hide and seek element, which was cool. The cinematic and the worlds, amazing, and also how they brought in the 2D elements, which was cool. So, and it brought back Pauline from the original Donkey Kong game in the arcades, which is cool. So depending on when you were born, some of them might be rated higher than others, depending. If I want to go with the one that had the most impact, it's in the industry, it's got to be Mario 64 because of the fact of the 3D and everything else. Without Mario 64, I don't think we'd have gaming the way we have it today, to be honest. And people still play it. So, that's my opinion on that. So, hopefully that helps you. I'm loving the opinion. My apology for... No. Okay, first of all, don't ever apologize for interrupting any gameplay. Unless I'm in a really, really tough battle. And the only one I will ever say that that was the case and it was long and arduous was when I was playing Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. The Sephiroth battles. 13 continuous battles. Oh my gosh. Literally, it takes you, to get to the hardest battle, it takes you nearly an hour and a half to get through it. It's arduous. That, okay. That's a little hard to interrupt things. But no, I'm here for you guys, right? I'm nothing without you guys. I'm doing this to entertain, to talk, be here for you guys. That's what I'm here for. I can play these games whenever. It's not a big deal. So don't worry about it. Plus, you know, when it comes to editing, right? You may or may not know this. We edited this down, so one of my 3-hour streams goes down to 2 videos typically. If there's any type of interactions like this, whether it's talking about tech, I've helped people out with their PCs and their processors and things like that. I've talked about things in the industry. I break those out as a separate video. So this becomes content in and of itself and shared with people. So don't ever feel bad about it. It's all good. And if you haven't noticed, I have some stuff I've been collecting since the beginning. If you look, you can't see it. Hold on. Let's see. If you look there, I have an original to Nintendo. I have a Game Boy Advance. I have a Game Boy SP. I have still my original N64, Super Nintendo, Wii, GameCube, Game Boy player. I got all that. So I've been doing this forever. I have the original Game Boy. The only thing I've never really owned, now my son owns one, is the 3DS. And the reason why was, at that time period of my life, I didn't have a lot of opportunity to use handhelds. And usually when I'm at home, I want to play on a TV or something. So I don't have a lot of downtime in that regard. But there are gems that are on the 3DS that I haven't got to play. My hope is maybe down the line, maybe some of that stuff will become available on the Switch somehow. So everyone gets to enjoy them. Because not everyone has a 3DS, right? So it's all good. Don't worry about it. It's all good. I love the 64 because how it really broken it is. Well, I wish they would have had more Luigi in it. Remember, the L is the real myth. Yeah, I heard about that. My personal thought process is, I think I can't remember the actual thing on it. I think realistically, when it came to Mario 64, they had a lot of limitations. And even if they wanted to, I just don't think they had the performance, probably the time, to make it happen. Or there's also the reality that he could have, they had something, but realized it wasn't going to be that much fun. I'll be honest with you. You know what I mean? Because if there's one thing Nintendo's usually good about, is making sure games are fun. Yes, indeed. Hey, by the way, Shine Prime 123, I just want to let you know, thanks for the subscribe on YouTube. You are my 350th subscriber. You got me over the mark. Been sitting there for a bit. Wait, am I? No way. Yes, you are. I'm nearly at 100 followers. I lost 2 for some reason. I was at 100, but I went down. I don't know. So you got me back up to 99. Thank you. On Twitch. You deserve 6 million subscribers. Hey, listen. I'll get there one day. It'll happen. I'm assuming we're calling it here. You mean for the night? Yeah. Yeah, we're going to have to call it here. I mean, I try not to go too far. But yeah, because I don't know how much further this is going to go. I kind of need to. And I hate this choice thing, man. I'll be honest. Here, let me talk for a moment. Again, on this game, they've gone a long way for me to hate Daphne. I hate her personality, and I want nothing to do with her, to be honest with you. Tech Nikki has been with us this entire time, isn't full of herself, and honestly, let me be real. I'm a Super Mario Bros. 3 fan. I love me some airships. Let me tell you, when they had Lego pirate ships, the first thing I thought of is, I want to make an airship from Mario Bros. 3, right? So, what option do you think I'm going to choose? Non-stuck up lady and airships. Heck yeah, let's go. Now, just so I can see it, what I might do is I might save, do Aldephine's first, just to see what it looks like, cancel it, then go with Techniki. That way I get to see both. It's an okay when I'm okay, where I would want to see both of those. There was a previous part in the game where it would give you choices. It was like the fake person that was a part of the bad man group trying to throw off the wedding. There was no point in doing it, right? This is a little bit different. It's something like you're going to get something cool looking happening on both. That's genius. Well, here's the funniest thing. When I played Stellar Blade, there was a choice in the game, but that game, even though you can save, doesn't let you go back and actually load up the save and actually like get to see the other choice. You have to play the whole game again to do it, which is ridiculous. The only thing that makes it nice is you could beat the game easily because you were like overpowered. But yeah, this game won't cause that kind of a problem, so we'll be okay. Now, whether or not there's a choice at the end where that won't be the case, I don't know. We'll see. Again, it's the way the game was designed. I'm not going to hold it against the people that made that game, because here's the thing. You know what their previous game they made? It was a mobile cell phone game. They went from a mobile cell phone game that looked nice to a full-on open world, well-polished, good-looking game with a decent story, and I enjoyed it. Who's able to pull that kind of stuff off, right? So realistically, that game is great. Now, mind you, it's a mature title, so if you're watching this, you know, it's a mature title on PlayStation and stuff. But it's still the point. It's all down to, I'm guessing the reason why they did that is they wanted you, they consciously wanted you to do it, or maybe they didn't have their save system set up to allow that to happen, because there isn't like a load feature, there's a continue feature. So it's a different the way it does it. Though you should technically be able to do it, but maybe the way they do the game saves, maybe it's in a manner that with all the different options you have, that if you have to account for variables, it might break something in the engine. It depends on how they made it. So that's my guess of why it's like that. Nintendo's been doing this stuff for a long time. I'm never experiencing that with any of their games. That hasn't been a problem. So, yes. So, but I'm going to go ahead and have to call it for this evening. So I'm going to go ahead and mute this. If you like what you saw, please give me a follow, subscribe, or anything along those lines. If you have Amazon Prime linked to your Twitch, feel free to give a subscribe. If you haven't done that before, if you hit subscribe and then there's a toggle button, it allows you to give a sub for free. You can do that once a month to your favorite streamers. If you want to give it to me, I greatly appreciate it, as it would help me out. And of course, share with your friends. Let the word out. You know, YouTube, Twitch, and all them, they don't always have the best algorithms, and it's up to you guys to spread the word if you enjoy my content, and let them know. I stream every Monday, Wednesday, Thursday at twitch.tv, so it's Gaming with Magus. But I also stream on YouTube, Twitch, and Rumble, and Kick. I do it all to come to where you guys are at. And of course, you should follow my social media, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, or X. That way, if something changes, you know what's going on, in case I have to delay, or there's a new game, or there's a problem, like Starfield not streaming right. You know what's going on. But of course, you also use those platforms to make suggestions of games you'd like to see me play in the future. Until next time, stay adventurous.